Well, today everybody, in this video, I'm going to be explaining to you guys when is a note sharp and when is a note flat. Let's get into it. So what is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. My name is Ray. I'm a guitar player here on YouTube. I am so excited to make this video today because I want to do my very best to debunk a theory that I hear all the time about when notes should be sharp and or flat. One thing I'll say before I start talking is if you enjoy this content, be sure to like this video as it lets me know that you guys value this type of content and you want to see more lesson-based tutorials on my channel, okay? Alright, let's go. When is a note sharp? When is it flat? So what I hear all the time when I'm teaching you guys in private lessons, that if you go up, if you ascend and raise your pitch on the fretboard, that is sharpening a note, and when you go down, that is flattening a note. So let's do a quick little example real quick. I'm going to turn to camera 2, 8th fret E string. I'm in standard tuning right now. This is a C note, a C natural, okay? Now, the act of going from taking this C and raising it is in fact sharpening it. That would be a C sharp. You're absolutely right. Take another note, for example, this is a D, and if you were to take this note and lower it, yes, that is flattening the note. So, like I said, going up is sharp, down is flat. The literal act of taking a note and raising it and going this way on the fretboard is sharpening it, and vice versa, going down is flattening it. But there is one giant misconception here. I'm going to take another note here. Let's go 9th fret E string. That is a C sharp note. Now, C sharp, the enharmonic name of C sharp is also D flat. This pitch right here, this tone, has two names, C sharp and or D flat. Well, when is it the appropriate time to call it C sharp or D flat? Because there are specific instances in music when that tone, that pitch, is either a C sharp or a D flat. Now, real quick, let's just say me and you are in a band, we're just jamming, we're just hanging out, we're just talking, there's no context of a key signature. If you just say, hey, play me a D flat, and I play this note right here, but then, 5 minutes later you say, hey, play me a C sharp, and I play that exact same tone, neither one are incorrect. They're both correct because this note right here is in fact a C sharp, but it's also a D flat. But now let me give you an example when this note is specifically a C sharp. Take A major, for example. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. That is the literal scale of A major. Notice how every alphabetical letter gets represented one time, and there's no duplicates of any letters. Now, I'll give you a wrong answer of what this note is. It was a C sharp. What if I went A, B, D flat, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, and A? Now, I've completely omitted any representation of the letter C, and now I have two duplicates of the letter D. So D flat is incorrect in the context of A major because that pitch, that tone, needs to be represented with the letter C. Like I said in the beginning, C sharp is the enharmonic tone of D flat, but again, in the context of A major, that is a C sharp, not a D flat. Now let me give you an example where this would be a D flat really quick. B flat minor would be a great example. B flat, C, D flat. So again, depending on the context of what scale you're in, what key you're in, etc., that determines when it is a sharp or a flat. Going back to A major real quick, remember what I said, what isn't correct, like going down is flat, going up is sharp by default? In the context of a scale, that makes no sense. Check this out. If I'm ascending in A major, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, well, like, now if I'm descending now by this myth that I'm trying to debunk, now I have to rename all these and turn them into flats because I'm going backwards. So A flat, it's hard to do it off the top of my head. A flat, G flat, E, D, D flat, B, A, if I got that correctly. I just descended using the enharmonic names of all the sharps that are incorrect. Like, that's the wrong way to call A major because now we have duplicates in there. So that's incorrect. And if you think about it logically, just because we're descending in a scale doesn't mean we have to automatically, by default, rename the letters in real time. It's just no, A, G sharp, F sharp, E, D, C sharp, B, and A. Like, we can go back and forth and they're still the same letter name and, sharp, for example, G sharp, F sharp, etc. We don't have to, like, in real time as we're descending, now all of a sudden have to call them call them a name and have two different representations as we're ascending or descending. That's just way too much work. The act of playing a guitar is incredibly challenging in itself. Then if you want to add theory into it, that's incredibly challenging as well. So it's like adding math to art in real time and trying to like improvise or come up with something cool on the spot, it's incredibly challenging. So just because you're descending doesn't mean that those notes are now flat. It has nothing to do with your starting point. Like I said, I'll say it one more time. The act of literally taking a note and raising it is sharpening it, and vice versa, going down is flattening it. But in the context of a scale or a key, you're allowed to call a note sharp, for example, if you're descending. You don't have to switch your brain real quick and call them flat, and then as you're ascending, call them sharp, all right? I hope that makes sense. Just because you're raising something and or flattening something doesn't automatically make it a sharp or a flat in the context of a key signature or a scale. Now, if you have none of that, if you're just doing it for fun, going down, lowering in pitch is flattening, raising is sharpening, but that's not across the board when you have a scale to keep in mind and follow. So everybody, leave your thoughts down below. Did you enjoy this video? Did I lose you? Did I not lose you? I hope I didn't, but if you enjoyed it, leave a like, man, and if you're brand new to my channel and want to consider subscribing, I'd appreciate it. With that being said, I am out of here. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay metal. See you guys next time. Later.